I don't know the proper way to start this off other than saying that I saw a video that did something kind of similar to this and I wanted to do my own variation of it. So, hi, my name is Nick. I am voice cracking 22 and I have barely started my life. This isn't so much me giving advice per se as it is just kind of me putting a diary out there, talking about things, trying to get myself in like a productive mood. So a lot of this is going to come across bitching, and if it sounds like I'm trying to be philosophical or teach lessons, then I'm sorry. Uh, I guess I just kind of default to that kind of stuff. But where to start? Where to start? Well, I guess I'll start with the obvious. I'm 22, not working a job. I just woke up at 5 p.m. And while I will try to go to bed earlier, I'm more than likely going to fall asleep around 8 and sleep again until 5. It is a miserable existence, to say the least. Ever since I was younger, I've always been kind of a glutton for convenience. So whatever's handed right in front of me, I usually go for. And if it's not easily available or I'm just not feeling it, I just don't do it. And all of that has led me to this point. Uh, that's not to say that I haven't done things with my life. It's just where I am at right now is probably where a lot of people would feel aimless. Um, I had a stable job, a job that I got because of my family, so it could be a nepotism link there. Um, but in that job, I ended up leaving it because management got shaken up and I wasn't fucking with it at all. And so I left behind a job that was easy, convenient, paid well, and it was work that I was genuinely happy doing, and was fulfilling. Granted, I was getting paid like 17 an hour, which might be good for some people, but by my high standards, I'd ask, wasn't happy with it. Um, so I left initially to pursue a different career, but then the summer I had to think about it. I decided against that. And here we are now, where I have no job, no career, little aimless. I'm starting college in January. So starting again January. Not that it matters. I'm basically starting clean. Um and as of now I have no foreseeable uh job that I want to do. I've entertained the idea of getting a job after the holidays because every single job I could get is going to make me work on days that I really would hate working on. Um, and so here I am in my room for the 60th day in a row. Uh, and I think the worst part about it is I don't feel particularly bad about it. I don't feel great. There's kind of a pit in my stomach just talking about it, but I'm. It hasn't hit me yet that I'm not doing anything. I've seen a lot of videos recently talking about like potential energy and like the best thing to do when you want something is to go for it. And I'm just sitting here not listening to any of that. If I look like a mess, because I kind of am, part of the facial hair is I'm doing no shave November, but that's I think it's just reflecting how I feel internally. Just kind of I don't care, not doing enough. I should be doing more. And I want that to change. I really do. And I'm trying to find the healthy balance because anytime I talk to other people about it, I'm hit with the boomer mentality of like, oh, there's no work that you're ever gonna like, so you gotta hate your job. And I hate that. And it's not that I'm adverse to working, like I mentioned before. I had a job that I loved, and I do like working, like being part of something and contributing, but I don't like feeling like I'm another cog in a machine that could easily be replaced. I liked the individuality that my last job had. That I was integral and sure someone else could do my job, but I was respected as a person, and they slowly kind of started going more corpo, um, kind of cutting back on our individual rights as people, not workers. Whereas before, if you had like a bad day or something, or there was a minor inconvenience, we all knew that we were people at the end of the day, and so uh, I don't want to say they let it slide, but there was a human connection there that made sure that it didn't happen again, as opposed to sticking insanely hard to rules and, oh, you took a bathroom break for 30 seconds too long, that's a write up. And since I left that, and I knew that a big fear of leaving that would be that I would be where I am. Uh, Nothing seems as good as that job, at least nothing that's readily available. And I want to work for myself, not for other people. And I more mean that in like a psychological sense, not a literal I want to be my own boss. I'm okay with it. I don't care. Um, but I want to have agency over my own life and not just give it up because someone told me to. And so here we are. I just played 3 hours of Marvel Rivals, and I had to get off because I knew I wasn't doing anything productive. Does it sound sad yet? It should. Oh man. My relationship with work is tumultuous right now. I don't really know what to do. Um, Someone's moving around. Oh, that's another thing. I'm living at home. You can hear that, which I guess isn't a bad thing for someone my age. Admittedly, kind of an embarrassing thing to put online. So, but I am at home. No plans to move out anytime soon. But there is a plan to move out. I don't want to be here after 25. I think at that point I'm just gonna feel sad. Um, but I think like the problem with living at home is that I've become complacent, and a lot of problems that I have right now are kind of alleviated because I'm reliant on other people, and that sucks. I've never been an expensive person, nor really a needy one, and so I'm basically like a pet around here. Just someone who's convenient. I'm willing to help. If you want me to do something, you just tell me and I do it, but outside of that, I really don't provide any value. Yeah, I'm kind of suffering because I have total control over my own agency and I'm just wasting it. It's not to say that all this came out of nowhere. I think I've been a very creative person ever since I was young, and I'm not going to segue this video into me talking about how I want to be a YouTuber, cuz like I feel like these videos kind of eventually stumble into that area. So I'm going to try and avoid it. But I've always been a creative person, and I wanted to put my energy into those works in one way or another. And I've kind of delayed a lot of, I guess, work in favor of the hypothetical project that I'm going to be working on. Like, oh, I'm going to write this thing, or oh, I'm going to get this series going. And it's not in the hopes that it starts making money, but just in the hopes that it gets recognized. Um, because if attention is brought to a project that I'm really putting my heart into, I feel like my work is going to pay off. That's not a healthy thing. Attaching your own value to other people's attention, that's how people get depressed. Because what it here's a philosophical thing: people suck, and I mean that as a Optimus Prime. I mean that as a I'm very optimistic. I love people. I love humans. I love humanity. I think people in general are good, but I think it is fundamental that if you put your worth into strangers that you don't know, people suck. It's not good. Don't do it. Oh man. But I'm also crippled by the fact that I have ADHD. Diagnosed, very diagnosed. Got that at an early age. Um, and my whole life I kind of went without medication. Still going without medication. Um, and it doesn't affect me particularly, like in school or work, but when it comes to the things that I want to do, like I genuinely want to do, I just can't bring myself to do them. Uh, because I'm addicted to that dopamine hit. Uh, so instead of writing, instead of working on videos, instead of getting this out, I just put it to the side because my friends are adding me. Oh boy, I'm getting a message. Got a message from one of my friends. Yeah, and I'll get that, and it'll pull my attention away from whatever I'm doing. And even if I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit down and do this. I just stare at it, and I feel all the passion leave. It's not a matter of I don't feel motivated to do it. I feel like what once excited me about this thing is non-existent. Like that the me that wanted to write this no longer exists. I'm a different person. It feels almost bipolar. Um and so I just kind of end up staring and I'm like, well, I don't know what else to do. I I meander until I find something. The only thing that I've been able to do recently that has been good for me to an extent is I have been exercising more uh, than I have. So I am a loser. Let's get that straight. I am a loser who is rotting in his bedroom, but I try not to be. I try to do my best in almost every situation. It's just unfortunately not enough. So here I am. I wanted to not make an ego VOD where I talk myself up, talk about all the good things that I'm doing, uh, all the projects I hope to achieve, because I feel like that just feeds into it. I feel like saying a lot of this stuff out loud is helpful. Um, because I don't do it very often. I say it internally. I have no one to talk to. My friends, they don't really want to listen too bad, and if they do, I feel like I'm dragging them down. Like I don't feel that security. Which is an insecurity thing. Absolutely, it's not their fault. Um, and I'm sure a couple of them are going to stumble across this. This is my personal channel. It's not a secret that this thing exists. I just don't promote it. Ugh. I don't even know if I'm going to layer music on this. I love putting music with commentary, but I honestly hit record and I've just been talking. No script, nothing prepared that I want to talk about. Um, I can't even really tell you how to avoid the situation that I'm in. And there's a chance that once I hang up this video, there's going to be like 10 other things that I want to talk about that I just completely forgot about. And if I want to make a second one of these, I'll go to the Google Doc, try and make a script, and all the passion will leave me. I'll forget everything I wanted to say. I won't want to make another one. I'm just gonna tell myself no. And anytime someone tries to tell me how to fix it, it's like I don't think they're wrong. I just think it sounds like they don't understand. Because they'll say like, "Oh, you just got to do it." I agree. I do just have to do it. I do just have to do these things. I know. I know if I had a ADHD medication, it'd be a lot easier to just do it because part of it is discipline. Another part of it is like I physically get so like I don't know if you could tell my leg has been bouncing this whole recording. Uh, it's actually kind of comforting to make myself this exposed and vulnerable to an extent that like most people don't really see. Even when I talk with my friends about this stuff, I'm animated. I mask too much. And it's not that like I lie intentionally so they don't do anything, but I have a very positive attitude to them, and I feel like I can't drop that. And so here I am. Hell, I'm only focused on one part of my room. My room kind of looks like a mess if you can't tell. I've got blank walls, a couple of posters, but aside from that, I'm about as shut in as it gets. I don't feel very proud of my life right. That's not to say I'm depressed. I'm not unhappy per se, but I'm not proud, and I want to be proud. I would love nothing more than to do the things I want to do and have people recognize them. But that comes with not only experience, but quality as well. And I think I have experience, not total experience. I've been doing a lot of things for like ever since I was cognizant. You know? I also use big words. I don't know what they mean. I'm calling myself out anytime I do something unintentionally. Um, but ever since I was able to form like a sentence, I've been working at things, whether it's making tiny stories at home, or creating fantastical worlds, or just pretending to be like the Green Goblin as an 8-year-old doing your best Green Goblin impression. That was fun, but ultimately, I feel like me as a person, I have more to offer creatively than I do physically, and I don't love that. I it's a quote from Brendan Lee Mulligan that tells you what kind of person I am. Uh, is that I don't remember it exactly, but it was something adjacent to there's all these people who are claiming to be idea guys with no experience, and that means nothing. If you are not putting stuff out there, but you come up with all these ideas, that's worthless because there are other people who come up with ideas and do it. So who am I to say, "Oh, I have this great idea," and tell people, "No, you got to listen to it. You make my dream a reality." That's not going to happen. I got to make my dream a reality. Can't think of too much else that I can go from here. I could talk about my family relations, my public speaking, uh, any other aspect of my life that's just kind of failing. But I don't really think that's important. Like I've made the message, and it's not like those things highlight a significant part of my life that's diminished. I have it good. The reason why I want to make this video is because I have it good, and I'm wasting everything I've been given, and I don't want to waste. I want to help myself so I can help other people. And so in a way, I kind of feel like I'm letting other people down by not succeeding. But I guess we'll see. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna try not to look at the video like at all, and just see where it goes. If I get something good, great. If people find the video, cool. I might even private it down the line because, like, not because I don't want people to see it, but because I feel like just having this out there forever might be a bad idea. But it's out of my control. It's out of my control. I just wanted to put something out there. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. And shortly after I hang this up, I'm going to try and work on one of those things that I really wanted to work on. Probably being the keyword. See y'all later.